guys, happy belated holidays. We're back in the old man shop. We're going to keep hammering on this Firebird until we get her going. Stick around. Okay, because I didn't look before I leaped and this motor wasn't designed for this car, it was supposed to go in that Chevelle, but we changed plans about halfway through. The only oil line that we have coming off the engine is in between the motor and the firewall. And since my banana hands are too big to fit in between the firewall and the engine, we're going to have to take the transmission down after we just put it up and hook up the braided oil line and then put the transmission back in again. So, I know what people are going to say, well, why wouldn't you just tap it in somewhere else? I can't even get my hands down there to get a cap on it to cap that end off. So, it was going to have to come down to either cap it or put it on anyway, so we're just going to go with put it on. Okay, so yes, the transmission had to come down for that guy. I'll try to get a better shot of it. Right there. Right as the heater comes on. That is where we couldn't get our hands, which is why that had to come down.
Nice. Oh. Didn't catch my camera, did it?
Oh, you got me in the coin purse.
That's alright.
Got the ignition on. Wow! Is that a back? Wow! You okay? Crank it. No ignition, crank it. Alright, alright. Hey, you all right?
Oh yeah.
On the plus side, it still looks good on video.
Yeah, I bet. You come down a little bit here. So I'm not getting my feet glued off. Alright, give me a little, well, now I don't have that's why I was standing up there. Alright, you're going to have to crank it and then kick it over.
Alright, ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
That's alcohol.
That's not alcohol.
Can you smell that?
Yeah.
Okay guys, so as you saw, we had a little trouble getting the Firebird started. We had a combination of problems going on. First being, there was alcohol in the fuel cell. So we got that all drained out and fresh race fuel put in it because it's a race engine. The carburetor set up for race fuel, carburetor set up for race fuel. So we got all the freaking alcohol out, got the race fuel in it. So that addressed the first problem. The second problem we had was these performance engines, when they get a really big dome piston on them, you have to index the plug. So you have to make sure the strap of the spark plug is sticking between 11 and 1 o'clock. So this was done when we first did the engine. Somehow 2 spark plugs got switched. So unfortunately we had a little contact to the piston and the spark plug. We did do a compression test. Everything was within 5%. We also did a leak down. No straps were missing. Just 2 of them got bent in a little bit. So we're replacing all the spark plugs, and we are going to re-index the plugs. That was an oversight on our part. There was a bunch of in and out of the car, the headers on and off, and somehow 2 spark plugs got switched in the process. So we're going to address that right now. And okay, so for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I say indexing the plugs, this is the standard, the race plug we're using. It's a AR3934, recommended by the person who built the engine for the heat range. After we get a couple passes on it, we'll pull and check them, see if our timing and heat range is right. But what you have to do is see the strap. The strap is right there, and if it's in the cylinder, it could be like this, or it also could be like this. If it's like this, the piston's going to come up and hit it right there. So what you have to do is you have to make sure when you screw it in, it's here so it misses it. In order to do that, you take these washers, you stack them on the end of this plug to space it in and out. Sometimes you can get away with none and just put it in like that. Sometimes you need 1, sometimes you need 2, depending on what you need and how it works, so that's what we're going to get to doing. So.
Here we go. Yep.
like that, the Firebird lives again. She is fully restored to her former glory. Actually, I think with this engine, she's a little bit better. She's a little bit louder, a little bit better. It's going to be fun. So we got it, definitely got it tuned in the ballpark. It's not fine-tuned just yet. We had to get it in a spot to where we could actually get it in and out of the trailer because next week, I believe, it's got to go to the chassis guy, and he's going to redo a couple of the bars on the inside, give me a swing out bar, move the seat, etc. This car was actually designed for a guy that was about 180, 200 pounds, and that weight I am not. So we definitely need the cage to be for a more rounded individual. So it's definitely got to go down. He's going to fix that and then bring it back. Once we get it back and race season gets a little bit closer, we're going to do a lot of fine tuning. If we can get it to a dyno, that'd be great, but that's all up there in the future because racing season is still a few months ahead. But just getting it to move again and to run again it's a huge weight. It's a good milestone to get at, and so we can move forward. That being said, moving forward for the 2023 season, there is a metric butt ton of stuff that we're going to be doing this year. We did take a couple months off for Christmas and New Year's and spend time with family and what have you. My dad is flirting around with the idea of taking one of his Chevelles to Cruise Week in OC 23 this year, and if it's the one that he was talking to us about, it needs a lot, and that's, I mean, a lot. I literally do not have enough cardboard in this shop to write down everything that needs done to it, parts need bought for it, and everything that has to happen to get that thing to run. Will it be, awesome when it's done? Absolutely. It's a Chevelle. You don't have to work that hard to make a Chevelle awesome. But everything that it needs leading up to that, it's going to be a lot. On top of that, Dave's Monty is going to be getting a new headliner, new heater core, and AC so that we can actually make the good even better. That car actually is the smoothest running one and the nicest drive out of the fleet. So we're just going to tweak it and make it that much better. The wagon. I said a couple videos ago that I didn't know if I was going to take out that big block. I really like the big block. It is awesome. However, we are trying to do LS Fest this year in 23, and between the wagon and my 40 Chevy, the wagon is a better candidate to receive the LS. The 40 Chevy, it's just a bucket right now. It was actually worse off than my 40 Ford. I basically just bought a shell. But the big block and the 400 turbo that's connected to it in the wagon will be a perfect power plant for the 40 Chevy. So we're going to do a little bit of flip-flopping, get that around. We are in the process right now of putting a parts list together. And I'm looking at these prices, and I might have to take out a second mortgage. But, if I do, whatever. You can sleep in a car, but you can't drag race a house. So that's kind of the mindset that I'm in right now. I'm starting to get a couple things together on that. Again, power plant will come out, go into the 40. The 40 actually still needs to come off the old frame, and we have another frame that's going to go on. So there's definitely a lot of work between now and Cruise Week. It's a lot. So we're gonna keep barreling forward and knocking it out as we go. You guys will be there every step of the way, watching us do it, watching us screw up, watching us fix the screw up, and watching us risk our lives as we do it. So, fair trade. Thanks for sticking around. Make sure you like and subscribe so you stay up to date on all of our future content. There's definitely a lot coming up. And until the next one, we'll see you.